Hello, welcome to Face to Face with me. I'm Daisy Ano, in a program that brings the world to your screen and where we meet people who make a difference to our lives. In this episode, we go to the Netherlands, a country with which Indonesia has had a long and complex history. I also spoke to the Prime Minister of the Netherlands, Mark Rutte, on bilateral relations between Indonesia and the Netherlands. However, there is much more to the relationships than just the two countries' history. What I find here that the relationship goes well beyond that into the social, the cultural, the economic, a relationship that looks like it will have a very long future ahead. It goes without saying that Indonesia and the Netherlands have a long history behind them. Unlike with any other European country, ours is a relationship that is complex and many-faceted, not only historically, but also economically, politically, culturally, and even emotionally. After all, since the beginning of the 17th century, the archipelago was exploited by the Dutch East India Company and later taken over by the Dutch government, bringing wealth and riches back to Europe and making the Spice Islands a jewel in their colonial crown. Today, the world is a different place, and the golden era of Dutch colonialism has long gone. Indonesia, too, has enjoyed independence for almost 70 years now. Moreover, the country has become an important economy in Southeast Asia and a player on the global stage. However, the riches are still there. Indonesia's resources and potentials continue to attract other countries looking for opportunities to invest, including the Netherlands. Of course, relations between the two countries have taken on different levels, in tune with the ebb and flow of politics and circumstances. The visit in November last year by the Prime Minister of Holland, Mark Rutte, to Indonesia, bringing 2 ministers, 15 CEOs and representatives from more than 100 Dutch companies and research institutes, in probably the biggest ever Dutch trade mission since the country's independence, is the latest sign how far the two countries have moved from the past. I'm interested to know where relations between former colony and colonizers stand today, from the Prime Minister's perspectives, and his hopes for the two countries' relationship in the future. Great to finally see the Prime Minister from the Netherlands here on Indonesian Soil. Tell me a little bit about your visit, which is quite in a couple of days, which is, quite a long time in terms of a state visit. Full of activities, I'm sure.
Full of activities. There were the talks and discussions with the President and the Vice President. As I mentioned, the roundtable with the CEOs and senior ministers from the Indonesian government and business life. We had a fantastic trade dinner yesterday, over 300 people. And before that we had a big cocktail party in the hotel with over 500 people from Indonesian businesses, Dutch businesses. Many people who have been working in one of these two countries. And I just had a meeting with the companies here, sort of wrap up. And I asked them, what came out of it? They were all extremely enthusiastic. Many contracts, many new partnerships. And they will come back on issues like flood protection here in Jakarta. Issues like the healthcare sector. Issues like the agricultural and horticultural sector. NGOs. And the good thing is, this was all in the partnership of a level playing field. What can we learn from Indonesia? What can Indonesia learn from the Netherlands? Because we make our mistakes. You are doing all kinds of things, some going well, some things which you would have liked to have done better. So we can learn from each other. And this relationship based on an equal partnership and having this exchange of ideas and business contacts, I believe is extremely fruitful.
And I hear that there's the idea of increasing the level of relationship to a 2.0. Tell me a little bit about it. I mean, I know we've got a long history behind us, but then again, we have a long future ahead of us. So.
Exactly. The history has brought us many positive things and also some difficult part, and let's be clear about it. This is the history. We have together dealt with it, and now we have to look to the future. And this is what I feel with everybody here in Indonesia and everybody in my delegation. This country is growing by 5 or 6% a year. You have a very young population. Indonesia might well be part of the G7 around 2030. You are an established member of the G20. You are a leading member of ASEAN. So Indonesia is regionally and on the world stage playing increasingly an important role. So both economically as well as politically and of course culturally, the ties are there. The bond between Holland, the Netherlands and Indonesia is strong. And this was the ambassador told me, our ambassador here in Jakarta. He said, well, I feel when I have my contacts with business people, with government people, with people from the regional governments, that there is still this special relationship, but we have to see each other. We have to be face to face. We have to have these contacts. You cannot deal with this via email or a telephone call. You have to meet. And that is what we have done here.
Be present here.
And be present here.
Supported by